Oh man, what's going on, people? Shame to offer people. When it comes to extracting frauds out of our communities, when it comes to this is what we do, people. It's not a pretty job. It's not something that everybody's built for. But at the same time, it still has to be done. It must be done. And what must be done, people, is the final knockout once this um, award show has finally come to its conclusion. Now, I'm probably gonna bloviate for a little while. I'm definitely gonna run my mouth for a little while and be like, "Yo, I fucking told you so," because I told you so. Told you so's are coming. They're coming heavy. They're coming hot. They're coming fast. But the number one reason that they are coming is because I fucking told you so. Oh man, Shame TV East Watch, man. Welcome, people. Tonight, I dropped a video. It's not long. It's only a few minutes. And peace, a few minutes. It's just detailing that the award show has already begun. What's really happening right now is the crowd, the turnout, all of that shit. None of that shit really went down the way that he expected it to go down. And since it didn't go down the way he expected it to, um, he has to try to make money up on the fucking Patreon and selling it. Now there will be people who actually are crazy enough to buy this shit. There will be people who are um, silly enough to buy this shit. There may be some who buy it just because they want to critique the shit and they want to see what's going on. That you know, I just want everyone to know that when you do see it, you're not going to see the real, the people who were there, the people who actually went to New York, who were filming. What's up, Soul Journey? The people who were going there, um, you cooking triple C. The people who actually went and to the awards who were filmed, as you can see, like before, when the debates were and his debates were the shit and all of that, you would see the crowd, like the people who were filming outside. It was even difficult for them to get to the doors. Like the Ray Hagen's event and with Sadie and Polite and these guys. It was real hard for them to even get in the door, or get to the door, mind you. So when they were filming, see the crowd lit. You knew that that shit was flooded. You knew that that shit was like a major event popping on. But the little together shit goes, conscious award shows go, those little shits was lit. And what's going on now, guys, is the major editing process has begun. Sonetta knows that if he plays that raw audio, that his embarrassment will go through the roof. There's no way that he can survive playing that audio and playing that video straight like it is. It's not going to happen that way. So, what up, Blue Skies? It's not going to happen that way. So, he's going to edit the shit out of it, people, and you will not see the crowd. When you do see the crowd, it's going to be a contrived and or constructed shot. Like I don't even put it past this dumb nigga to try to do something and make it and edit the sound, like WWE does, to try to make it look like the crowd is really popping for certain people when they're really not. So certain things are going to take place, but I just want you to be prepared. But we're going to talk about this award show first. Now, a couple of days ago, or a day or so ago, Sonetta threw an award show that made me shit that he extracted money from the community for again. The reason was because of who this individual says that he is. Sonetta claims to be this huge Black Power activist. He'll throw Khalid Muhammad's name in at the drop of a dime. No, it wasn't live. You had to, well, Taharka Bay went live with it. I don't know if Taharka Bay left it up on his page or not. You know what I'm saying? But I do know for a fact that he did go live, and saw the bits that I saw when I was like, well, goddamn, nigga, where's the fucking crowd at? Like when Taharka Bay was walking up, like I said before, it wasn't like before. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody was just showing pictures of just the crowd because they couldn't get in. Like Taharka Bay walked up, and him and his wife, I think he said who was with him, and he walked up and walked right in that shit. Like it was nothing, G. It was no big event, no nothing, no nothing. And you know a nigga like Taharka Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like he was probably one of the first. So hold on, y'all. I want to walk around. Let me turn my Wi-Fi off on my phone. But yeah, man. Uh, Taharka Bay was one of the first people there. What's up, Yanana? Blue skies. Uh, he was probably one of the first people there. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's trying to hear that shit. Wasn't nobody at that fuck ass event because I told you wasn't nobody coming. I told you guys that it's over for him. It's gonna be a slow, slow process, a slow, slow death. Oh shit, I left my shit on the porch. But it's definitely fucking over for this nigga, yo. The heavy hitters are gone. All the little niggas he used to control, they've branched out on their own. The ones who have stayed can provide absolutely nothing. The ones who remain here with Sanada on his platform can provide nothing. Oh, I did have it in my pocket. But they can provide nothing. Absolutely nothing for him as far as fanfare goes. So his major link in the last couple of months has been Jabari. You know what I'm saying? So what he does is he's bringing in this dude Jabari because Jabari allegedly has like a few thousand of his own subscribers or fan base or whatever. However many he has, who knows? I don't give a shit. But he's bringing in Jabari and attempting to use him. This beef with Hassan Campbell. Just do not forget this. He will crank that shit up. He's gonna crank that shit up the moment that he has nothing to talk about and the activity to his page. Listen to what I'm saying, people, because these are all predictions. I don't buy ball, but these are all predictions. Um, he's gonna amp some shit up with Hassan Campbell sooner than later because he needs Hassan Campbell's activity. Him beefing with Hassan Campbell can bring him activity. Him beefing with me can bring him activity. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows his wife is plastered all over Derek Jones Talks Live. And if you want to see it, people, please go check the video out. It's still up. And do share. Do share. Don't just share it on Facebook. Share it on your Instagram or your Twitter or whatever you're on. And Mrs. Netta getting down with the cups of liquor and all that shit in that conscious kitchen. Now, I don't give a fuck what she was doing. I'm just saying, nigga, you talking about get people house in order. Why you claiming to be this conscious pro-black? You drink, did you have your greens today? You ass nigga. And then at the end of the day, nigga, you in there, y'all in the kitchen drinking Hennessy and vodka, turning up, bitch. Like, was Jabari in there doing a live stream with you? Did you have a panel in there with him and Garfield's weird ass? And I said it, man. Garfield is the fucking weirdest sucker ass nigga ever, man. Because never mind. I don't even want to right now. He's just like I don't really fuck with that dude because I could see the bullshit all in him, man. Because when Garfield first came around, Garfield was saying himself as the #1 historian, scholar, all that shit. And then when that shit didn't pan out for him, it didn't go the way he expected. You know what I'm saying? That nigga turns into a fucking credit guru. Like, nigga, why when you first hit the game, nigga, you ain't talk that shit? I'm gonna need you to be doing something for 10, 20 years before you start telling me you could fix my shit. That stupid ass shit like Root says. And I heard, hey, Root, I heard you came to the chat again today. Look, man, you can stop coming to Triple C's chat talking about how sorry you are. We already know you're sorry. But you need to stop coming over here trying to apologize. People who call people bitches for no other reason than they talk to other people is a jealous, emotional, petty ass man. And that's what you are. So just keep your fuck ass out of here, man. Nobody wants to debate you because you can't debate me on the fucking topics that we talked about. You know what I'm saying? And the topics that we talked about are the application and real-time application of status correction and living as a Moor and its effectiveness in court. Don't forget that part. Its effectiveness in court. So the fact that you've never been, you don't know shit about it, you can't even possibly think of debating me. Now, anyway, back to Sonetta. The editing process again has begun, people. When you see this when you see this award show, it is going to wow you. It is going to look like a successful event. But people like me are here to let you know that it was nothing but a group of fucking niggas who hustled money from people to even do the shit. And then they all proceeded to hustle the situation. Reggie was up there taking people to museums that he could have just gave them the address to and let them GPS and go there themselves. He's charging niggas money for this shit when he could have done the shit on some pro-black shit. Like, nigga, you ain't paying for shit. You probably ain't even pay for the way for them to. You ain't pay for nobody to get there. Excuse me, or provide no way for nobody to get there. Like, it's one thing if I'm gonna tell you, look, I'm gonna take all y'all to the New England Aquarium. All right, it's gonna cost you $10. It's gonna cost you $20. All right, it costs $5 for y'all to get in, but it's a lot of y'all, so I gotta rent two big ass vans that's gonna cost X amount of dollars, and then we could all go. Okay, that makes sense, nigga, in the sense of you charging people, nigga. You wasn't providing no ride for nobody nowhere, nigga. Like just hustling a situation. Like what this is, and he was a part, and he's getting an award, mind you. At the end of the day, nigga, he's getting an award. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of the niggas who's getting a fucking award. This nigga. The same man who was hustling y'all out of money on a museum tour because he knew there was gonna be some people there and he was trying to, or expected there to be a lot of people there. So he wanted to get his hustle on the same way Sonetta was getting his hustle on. That's all you got, man. Like, I feel bad for anybody who bought anything from them that required it to be sent to them. Like, anything you bought there, you better have got that shit right soon as you better have got that shit as soon as you fucking paid for it. Because if you requiring anybody that's on Sonetta's platform, anybody that's on his platform, that's required to send you something that you paid for, nigga, you ain't getting that shit. Sorry. And if you are one of those people, I hope you don't stay silent about it. I hope you tell your story. What up, Chemo? I hope you tell your story. Epic award show fail. It was so non-packed in there. It was so not packed in there. It was so not packed in there that we could hear like the people talking. You know, like at any event where it's a crowd, like other Sonetta's other events, it was like a big ass noise, one big noise. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't really hear shit. This was the complete opposite. Like when people were yelling things and saying things, you could hear them motherfuckers as if they were standing right beside you. Like it was like I mean, it was just like that. You could hear them as though they were standing right beside you. It was nothing. And Taharka Bey, who who came there and allegedly this nigga almost got beat, not beat up, but fought at the door. So a nigga had to jump in and save him. He tried to play it off and be like he was super cool. But nigga, if that dude wasn't, if money wasn't there when them niggas ran up on you, you would have been looking stupid. Like straight like that, nigga. But that would have been, see that whoever that dude is, you saved it, man. You saved something at a award show from at least having a fight like the rest of them shits. But I can't even say that because it was an altercation in the doorway concerning Taharka Bey, and somebody else had to intervene to keep that shit from turning ugly. All Sanetta's events are like that, yo. All his events, since he's been exposed for real, all his events are like that. Taharka Bey walks up through there and about to get into an altercation with security or with the people at the door, basically telling him, "What did he say, y'all? You ain't here. You ain't coming in here." Or something. And he's still walking in and whatever. And then dude steps in and was like, "Nah, you all right? You with me? I'm a vouch for him." Blah 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 blah. Other than that, it would have been some more shit. But Sanetta, man, I think you a real fucking slimy piece of shit for that shit, man. You're a real slimy piece of shit, man. And I'm gonna make sure the rest of the time I'm on YouTube, which is not gonna be long, I'm gonna use my little platform, man, to do what I can. So when I look back and people say, "Well, did you say anything about it? Did you speak out about it?" I'm gonna be like, "Yo, I still got a page. It's up right now. I don't post on it anymore, but you can go check out all the videos. I did my part." You know what I'm saying? I did my part. Yo. I'm not about to go find niggas and beat them up for real because these niggas is feds and they gonna call the police anyway. That's another thing, man. That's why I did the video earlier with Hassan Campbell and basically giving a testimony to Sanetta's filth. Basically showing how this nigga literally fucking calls the police on people like at will and at a moment's notice at like it's nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we have to start looking at that shit like that. Like for real, man. Let's start looking at that shit like that. You got a fucking dude who stands out there and yells all the time, "Black power, these police brutality, these white blah blah blah," knows that these niggas are fucking with niggas, knows that the police are just trying to kill niggas just because they'll get a check for it. All they gotta do is open up a PayPal or GoFundMe and they'll be a millionaire. So it's like this nigga on some real shit, yo. This nigga will call these people for nothing, for petty ass YouTube squabbles, petty YouTube beefs. Like I don't really fuck with Hassan Campbell like that, but on some real shit, dog, you have been inviting that man to your fucking penis. You've been talking all types of shit about his family. You've been calling his son all types of faggots and this, that, and the third. Like Sonetta, you was doing all of that shit. So for him to walk up to you and approach you, G, like I don't understand what this big whole rigmarole is where you gotta call the police and all this shit and you want to make sure you live when you talking about you on your way out there. Nigga, we ain't stupid. We know you trying to create a video log. You're trying to set up and create a video log so that way if Hassan Campbell actually grabbed your fucking ass and mangled you or choked the shit out of you, like then you would have been like, see right here, officer, I got the whole, like I got you saying that. Like, yo, I got Sonetta right now, dog. If something happened, the police came out there, yo, I got Sonetta straight telling everything. Straight like that, yo. I got him doing that. Right now, yo, I could see that nigga doing that. That shit's crazy, man. What up, assassin? That shit's crazy, G. Still moving around, still floating around, still fucking mingling your piece of shit ass around all throughout the fucking community, man. Like, I'm just pissed, man. Like, these niggas actually took motherfuckers' money, yo. Galvanized energy, dog. I'm more mad at the people who donated to that shit than anything. Brother Phil from the Advice Show, man. We're gonna give you a pass over here because I truly believe that you're ignorant to who Sarnetta really is and what goes on. I don't think you, what's up, BC? I don't think you watch these videos too much or the exposed videos on him, which is a shame because you should. Being a person of your caliber and the content that you put out, I think that you should at least watch the exposed videos on these people. And then you would see the character of who these people really are and what they've really done. Like, for real, man, let's keep it 100% right now, man. We're going to keep it 100%. This nigga Sarnetta got his claim to fame by fucking hustling people's shit. Like, Triple C did a live stream, what was it, Saturday? I think it was, she did. And so it was either Friday or Saturday, and she was playing Tony Browder, who I purchased at least 3 to 4 books of this man from his and bought at least 3 to 4 lectures of his um, when I was younger. Tony Browder. It's like, yo, you got this dude, he's out telling, while he's giving a lecture, near the end of the lecture, and I know this to be a fact, but I'm gonna finish my point. Tony Browder is telling people, listen, man, contact me to get the information. Please don't, hold on. Please don't bootleg my shit, basically. I'm paraphrasing with the shit part. He didn't say that. But he's saying, yo, please don't bootleg my work. If you bootleg my work, I'm not going to be able to get what I'm supposed to get off of my work. Meaning I invested all this time and energy into creating a piece of work that I want to sell and give back to my community. Okay. But in order for me to do that, he needs to have a business set up where he's making money so that he doesn't have to take time from his life to go make money just to survive. He's trying to survive off of his work. So, which is fine, yo. Who wouldn't do that? Like, every human survives off their work, whether it's your labor that you provided a job or whatever, nigga, you surviving off your work. So it's tantamount to fucking stealing, man. Like, what it is, man, what they're doing, dog, is like somebody comes up with an idea, you know what I'm saying? And they take this idea, and they put it in a box. And they take that box and they sit it in their house. And they like, okay, I gotta find and devise a way of how I'm gonna produce this idea, you know what I'm saying, and make money off of it because I put all my time and effort into this. And then boom, you got a nigga like Sarnetta, a creepy ass nigga, breaks into your crib, goes into your box and start taking your shit out your box and going down to the street, gets tables. Listen to what I'm saying. This nigga gets tables. Gets tables. This motherfucker gets tables, sets them up on the street, gets pictures. What up, Bill? Puts pictures all on the wall, turns completely red, black, and green on niggas. As a matter, and start taking Tony Browder's work, Ashwa Kwesi's work, Bobby Hemmitt's work, for all these brothers' work, and just hustling this shit. Just hustling this shit out. And does it so much and so well that they start seeing a marked drop in their supposed, not in the profits that they really should be getting, in the profits that they actually getting. So they're like, okay, when I go to my computer, when I go to my receipt book, I'm looking at I only sold 600 copies of that lecture. They only sold 600 copies, but they got 4,000 people leaving comments about their work. How the fuck 4,000 people got my work and seeing my work and got access to my work? How 10,000 people got access to my work? How 20,000 people got access to my work and I don't have shit? And I'm only registering 600 copies sold. You want to know why? Because one of them 600 was a person named Sarnetta, Mr. Browder, who bought your shit and sat down in Cynthia's crib, all right? Sat down in Cynthia's crib and burned your shit. While she was in there getting the rest of her scalp burned off, he was in the living room burning your shit. That's what happened. That's the direction Shane TV is going my last year on YouTube. Meaning this year it will be it. New Year's is it's over. Cause this shit is too weird. This is beyond weird. Shit is crazy, yo. Nah, he's not gonna help with no funeral expenses, but he gonna put on a show like he did. Like the thing about that individual, man, like I said, that pisses me off the most, man, is man, you know how you got to how you got. So why would you throw an award show for yourself? Man, you know damn well, man, you owe them brothers. You owe them brothers big time, G. You owe them brothers everything, man. You owe them niggas everything. And they're gonna get nothing, yo. Each one of them. I remember Delbert Blair saying that shit. Like people used to laugh at him because he used to say it so much. You know what I'm saying about the not bootlegging his shit, called blah blah blah. And it was like I never laughed because I understand, dog. Like I'm an artist. I make art. I develop art. So it's like I don't want to sit there and spend my fucking time, my effort creating some fucking characters, doing this, giving storylines, all this shit for some fucking weird ass nigga to come take my shit and run off and just sell the fuck out of my shit. Then he can't even be like, okay, look, man, I did it because I'm trying to get the information to the people. That's my fucking goal. Okay, boom. Then we could come together and we could do something and sit down at this table, yo, and take Ashwa Kwesi to dinner, take Tony Browder to dinner. Like you claim you fly everybody out and shit. You could have flew Tony Browder, because then he say that. And first off, before I continue, am I wrong? Did Sonetta not say that everybody he had do a lecture for him, etc., he used to fly these people out, right? Get hotel rooms, the whole nine, right? Okay, nigga. Okay. So how come you couldn't fly out Tony Browder and set up a deal with this nigga so that you could stop bootlegging his shit and be righteous and let that man eat off his work like he should? How come you ain't send out nothing for Aswad Quasi and Dr. Ben and bring them niggas in and say, look, Dr. Ben, for the last 7, 10, 11 years, I've been sitting out on this corner and on this YouTube television screen, pumping your information, pumping your work, pumping your information, pumping your work. How come you ain't do that? How come you didn't bring those brothers in and sit them down and have dinner with them and like you do everybody else? But you'll fly in Umar's. That's what you do. I really am working on it, but the way that I draw, like I gotta be in the position, like not the position, but the time. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have the time, and being that I'm preparing to move, it's like I I'm working. But being honest, man, I could invest a little bit more time and effort into that because I already started with some prototype shit. You know what I'm saying? But certain people I don't want to put in it, you know. But it's coming, man. I think I might as well do it because can't nobody do it but me, and can't nobody do it like me. I got personal firsthand knowledge and experience in dealing with these fucking clowns, yo. And it's not a good thing, man. Like it's not a good thing for me to come out on the airways where like I said, I got people in Switzerland who've watched my videos, you know what I'm saying? Like all over. And it's not a good thing to have to come out and be like, yo, look, uh, these niggas is full of shit. But it is what it is, man. Sonetta, you stole people's work and awarded yourself for it last night or the other night. You stole people's shit, man. You stole these brothers' work, and it's not even like these brothers didn't book it. It's not even like these brothers didn't ask you and whoever to not do these things. They asked you specifically in those videos not to do these things. And Umar Johnson, before continue, once the Douglas family exposed you for not being one of them, now you gonna latch yourself on to Booker T. Washington. Like, come on, nigga. Let me guess. Like, you related to him through old Uncle Arthur, and Uncle Arthur was the banjo player that everybody loved, and he used to saute the sausage, and he used to tell all the children's story. What the fuck that got to do with you being related to this nigga? The fuck, man, this nigga is a fucking idiot, G. This nigga's a fucking idiot, man. Umar, you the worst, man. You the worst Philly nigga I've ever seen. And I have all types of respect for Philly niggas. When I mean all types, because all them niggas that I ever met in person, chilled with, dealt with, was all official people, yo. The women included, yo. And you's a fucking animal, G. I don't know what you are, but what I do know is the nigga from the Hulk, Bruce Banner got 7 degrees, and I believe he got him. Hey, Yanana, that's crazy that you say that with the Carvers because my family is related to the Carvers. But you don't see me running around saying that shit on YouTube, do you? Blasting it. Hey, I'm Derek, and I'm from the Banks family, who's related from to the Carver family, and blah 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 blah, and the Bogues family, and yeah, nigga, what you talking about? I don't have to do none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of it. Don't ask me questions about it because I ain't telling you about it. Same reason I ain't plastered my son all over the fucking TV and YouTube and all that. I don't roll like that, G. But what I do is make sure I let people know that there's this nigga who calls himself an activist, the whole 9 yards. He'll throw Khalid Muhammad's name out at the blink of an eye. And this same individual has stolen information for decades. Okay, for over a decade, this individual has stolen people's information. After these people have put out videos and asked this nigga not to fucking do these things, Ashwa Kwesi addressed Sarnetta specifically. He addressed Sarnetta specifically. Phil Valentine, once Sarnetta started letting them come on the platform to try to appease them and stop them from bashing him about him stealing their shit for over a decade, started letting them on. Even he used to hint about it because you could tell the brother was angry about it, and he should be angry about it. Yo, a lot of people learn from Phil Valentine, man. A lot of people learn from Tony Browder, man. Anthony Browder affected a lot of people's lives when it came to studying. A lot of these people, man, were affected in a positive way. And this nigga just came through and just ruined these people. If you want to know why conscious, black conscious leaders, like Polite used to say, black conscious leaders, they always end up broke. You want to know why? Sarnetta. Niggas like you and Sarnetta is why they end up broke. Niggas like Sarnetta is why they end up broke. They end up broke because niggas like him hustle their shit on a mass level. And once they address this nigga like, yo, you need to cut some of that bread up because that's mine. What did Sarnetta say? This ain't yours. This ain't yours. Well, that's why I say to Sarnetta, that video of that baldy dread popping in that kitchen, that ain't yours. That ain't your video. That's my video. And I'm gonna chop it up and I'm gonna edit it up and I'm gonna add it to different videos like I just started doing. That's mine. That's my video. That's my information. That the people need to have that video. That video is information, and the people need that information. Who is this? I didn't even read. I don't read the comments like that. Just who Sarnetta stays on, stop. You can't be talking about me. But it's all good, man. I expect weirdos to come through, man. It's not that big of a deal. That's you guys are part of the reason why I'm ending this whole YouTube shit. Because I've never felt like I've been surrounded by weirdos, junkies, and the clinically ill more than up here. Like clinically ill. It's all good, man. And I ain't gonna blame you, man. Don't even feel like I'm blaming you, G. It's the fucking it's it's the weirdos and junkies, man. I can't do it, man. I just can't do it, man. These niggas is crazy, man. My nigga Sarnetta, man, you gave yourself an award for hustling people's information. I want y'all to all to go to Triple C's page, man, and listen to the video that she did. It's kind of right in the beginning, where you hear Anthony Browder asking people, not begging people, not to bootleg his information. Begging people not to bootleg his information, yo. He begged niggas not to do that shit. And this nigga did it, talked shit about it, and then gave himself an award show for it. I don't understand why I'm the only person who feels some type of way about that. Maybe it's because I like Tony Browder as far as when I was coming up in my early stages of studying. That's it. You said ex-Kev Gill wrenches. Ah, that's what they are, formers. We call those formers over here. Yeah, we call them formers over here. That's what we call them, man. Fucking formers. A lot of the formers, man, they floating in the wind because a lot of them, when they get their wrenches taken, they feel embarrassed. They don't even want to come back to them people's chats and shit. You know what I'm saying? Once they get their wrench taken, so the formers go through it a lot, man. They come through, man. I allow them to come through because it's not really that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? But if they act weird, what's up, Darren? You know what I mean? We don't. I have plenty of people in here that will have no problem getting rid of their ass, so absolutely no problem. But yeah, man, like I was saying, Darren, you just coming in, my G. We were talking about Filthy Frank. We were talking about the fact that this award show will be edited and chopped up. You will not see the real thing because from what I seen, the 3 to 4 minutes that I seen, nobody was in that building. You could hear it. Nobody was in there. Um, these niggas, he was in there giving awards to Jabari and Reggie and shit. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is, like I said, I predicted all of that shit. So how did I know that he was going to give Jabari and Reggie and all his cronies and friends awards? How did I know that shit? How did I know that shit? How did I know that shit? I'm also predicting to watch the next couple weeks when Sarnetta's page gets dry. He's going to concoct beef with 2 to 3 people. It's going to be me, Hassan Campbell, and he'll pick a random person to fuck off. Probably somebody like Kev, since he got crazy audio on him to make him look stupid. It's real easy to make him look stupid. So he'll probably, you know what I'm saying, fuck around with Kev Wardo. Gillespie. Muchachos. But yeah, Darren, we was talking about how a nigga steals people information, people who come out and beg people not to steal their information, people who dedicated their lives to this information. We're talking about how a nigga could come through and steal their information and then give himself a goddamn award for doing so. And give himself an award saying that an achievement award. Yo, man. Yo, this guy, man, Sarnetta, man, I swear, man, you are ballsy though. You a ballsy ass dude, man. Like, cause I wouldn't have the balls and the heart to do no shit like that, man. Knowing that I would just ride out in the sunset. Like, nigga, you already made a good living for a long time off of stealing people's shit. So just let it be, man. But of course, in typical Sarnetta fashion, you can't just let it be. You gotta throw salt in the wound. And how does he throw salt in the wound? A goddamn award show for himself. Jabari, nigga, you just was on camera talking about how you was at the paperwork meetings with Sarnetta. Nigga, what are you doing? Like, that's like a motherfucker who works for BET Awards or any award show, nigga. They setting up this award, doing all this work, nigga. They doing this shit to award people. not themselves. They're not setting it up, advertising, and then showing up. Oh my God, I got an award. I wasn't expecting this. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, yo, man. Yo. That shit is crazy, yo. What miscommunication, yo? What's the problem, y'all? What's going on in here? Y'all know I gotta watch the chat, and I don't. I know. Say fellow Taco Bell. Yeah, he's gonna drag the shit out of that beef and bean eating ass motherfucker out in California. The one who we've never seen his feet, but we've seen his best clothes. Has anybody ever seen Kev Gills from like the mid chest level down? You know what I'm saying? And why the fuck every time you stream, dog, I'm getting sick of this shit, man. Now everybody else, like I keep saying, stream in different places of their house except you. You always in that corner. What's wrong with this nigga? I'm just giving Sarnetta ammo for when he go at you. Because he's definitely going at you. Because that page is dying, yo. That award show took him back, man. I told you, Sarnetta, you was a fucking idiot, yo. I knew that shit was going to be a detriment to you. You thought it was going to help you. It didn't help you at all. And once I get finished with you, yo, there's some free wannabe Freemasons. I mean, I don't care about nobody being no Mason, dog. I keep saying that. I don't care about nobody practicing Islam. I don't give a fuck about nobody who practices Wicca. I don't like, nigga, I don't be judging people like that because I know that this fucking planet is magical and I know that there's a lot going on that I don't know. That's the number one thing I know. So I don't sit there and say shit like that whole Masons are evil. I don't tote that line over here. I don't tote lines that a specific group, and I keep telling people I don't really give a fuck about a Mason. It ain't even about being a Mason. It's about a group, like generally any group, but the group we talking about is Masons because that's what people always saying. So it's like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Yo, evil is evil, G. At the end of the day, like ain't no group of people that's just only these people will commit evil. So every time I look at any evil in the world, I gotta look at a Mason. Like, fuck, nah, I don't rock with it. It's life. That's narrowing a lot down. That, in my opinion, can't be narrowed down that easily. That's all I'm saying. But I hear you though. I'm not gonna say and act like I don't hear you. Like there's not groups of people who work and clandestinely together, like to cause chaos and calamity because it's beneficial to them, and they're just wicked. So yeah, I get you. You know what I'm saying? I understand that part. It's just the whole I don't know, man. Them niggas just want to be celebrities, man. Like Sonetta and Reggie, all of those people, man, they want to be your leaders. They want to be recognized as your leaders so that they could fucking capitalize. And the number one reason that they need you to recognize them as their leader is so that they could quell dissent. Like if everybody was behind Sonetta like he needed them to be and wanted them to be, I couldn't exist. Pages of my page couldn't exist because nobody would watch it ever. Nobody would watch it ever. There would if I would be totally ostracized for the dissent of Sonetta and his crew. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have people's ears anymore because people's eyes are finally being awakened to what the fuck is going on, man. And what's going on is, you've been had. And don't feel bad about it, yo. There's no need to feel bad about it, man. Everybody plays the fool. So don't feel bad about it. The problem that we be running into is once you find out that these people aren't who they say they are, don't continue going down that path. If somebody approaches themselves to you the way that Sonetta does, and then you find out like, wait a minute, well, how did you get to this point, brother Sonetta? And you ask him that, and he'll tell you some shit like, yeah, I started right here on this corner, right here, people, on 125th Street. You know what I'm saying? He'll tell you that shit. And I was, okay, well, what were you doing on 125th Street? Like, you have to get Right, indoctrination is everywhere. You have to get specific. What were you doing on 125th Street, nigga? Oh, I was selling these DVDs and this information. Okay, wonderful. That's a powerful thing to do. And that's a noble undertaking. Well, what information was you selling? And whose was this your information? No, like when you start getting those questions answered, that's when you gotta watch out, yo. That's when you gotta watch out, yo. That's when you gotta watch out. When they don't want to answer specifics. And the main specific is where did this information come from and whose is it? You know what I'm saying? Whose is it? And these are houses, G, nice residential neighborhood houses, nigga. That's not a half. You need to go to Root's crib where Root live. Hey, Triple C, why they always do that? Didn't I tell these monkeys a billion times? What up, my nigga Wax? A billion times before, like, yo, I don't smoke my tree and shit on camera, yo, on YouTube. Stupid fuck. Just dumb, no. If you want to see a nigga sucking on tree and shit all over YouTube, go to Kev Gill's page. But it's not just tree. But this is why I'm leaving, man. Just weirdos and junkies and the clinically ill. What up, Cole? Shit is crazy, man. Tony Browder, Delbert Blair, Ashwa Kwesi, Phil Valentine, Bobby fucking Hemmett, Dr. Dr. Ben. Farrakhan. All these people, poor Khalid Muhammad. I'm pretty sure he felt like he owned those lectures that Khalid did. Because he used to help carry the equipment to Khalid's lectures. I mean, I just don't like doing this shit on camera because I ain't that type of nigga, man. Like I said, yo, I've been told people I was about to start going off camera once people started noticing me places. You know what I'm saying? Once people started noticing me places, I was like, damn, G, I don't want to be famous, you know. Like I'm like kind of like Nas with this shit. Like I want to get my voice out and my message out, but I don't want to be famous, nigga. I don't want to go everywhere and everybody, you know what I'm saying? See, like that ain't me, G. It's not how I roll. But some people are like that. I'm just airing out right now Sonetta's little shit, but we can air out everything right now tonight. Y'all want to do that? Y'all want to air out? We can air out the whole community and where Shame TV stands with everybody. How about that? Y'all want to do that tonight while we doing this? Because I got to go to bed in a little bit anyway. I got to get up. But we can air everybody out tonight. You know what I'm saying? We can air everybody out tonight. We already aired out Sonetta. All right. We already aired out Sonetta tonight. We already let the world know that a man gave himself an award show after he stole people's information for decades. Information that they asked to not bootleg. He asked you and you did it anyway. You a piece of shit. You're a double piece of shit because you gave yourself an award show for it. What up, Quad? You a double piece of shit because you gave yourself an award show for it. Carl Albert. Who you talking about? Who the fuck is Carl Albert? Oh, Israel. Who the fuck is Carl Albert, nigga? That's as creative as they could get with that name, nigga. Who, Israel Doctrine? I don't, Israel Doctrine, man. Israel Doctrine is like, you ever see some Israel Doctrine is kind of like Root, but just not as stupid as far as the shit that he just overall say. You know what I'm saying? Like Root is fucking just. Yeah, we'll get to him in a second, but Israel Doctrine is the classic YouTube opportunist. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a person who feels that YouTube is something to be hustled, and he has to find his niche and try to hustle it because he's not gonna hustle any other type of way. So that's his niche. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, when I was doing the series on unemployed black male YouTubers who play detectives all day, like yo, that's what I mean. Like you, them niggas is they all in with this doing nothing and trying to be on YouTube shit. They all in on it, and he's one of them. He'll say anything. When Israel Doctrine asked me for over 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? Asked the person to ask me to come on and do an interview with him. Come on and do an interview with him. Is the brother got a problem with trying to do an interview with me? And I was telling, nah, I ain't got no problem. I just really don't fuck with him like that, and I don't watch his show anyway, and whatever. And so it's still he kept on, come on, do a show with me. I did this shit, never wanting to do the shit. And then whoever wants to hear it, you could go back and listen to it. I was polite, I was cordial, I didn't bang on him. I didn't none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to start shit with him and stir shit up with him on his stream and none of that shit, G. I didn't try to do none of that. And I got screenshots of texts that I sent him before I agreed to go on his platform. And I told him, yo, I do not do YouTube fuck shit, and I don't engage with people to play YouTube shit games. You know what I'm saying? And soon as I turn around, nigga, right after I do the fucking corny ass interview with the nigga, in which I'm damn near literally in my fucking bedroom, falling asleep in a chair, okay? Like I'm texting people on my little private group, like, yo, this nigga is boring. What up, mermaid? Boring the life out of me, nigga. So we finally do it. I concoct some story about my phone or something just to end the shit because I didn't see no ending to it. Okay. So I did the shit, and not even a week later, out of nowhere, here this nigga comes. Out of nowhere, just starting shit. Yeah, Shane T. I mean, and it wasn't even a real beef to start. Like that's how phony the shit was. So from that point on, I encountered his cousin Dizzy Cochran. If you go to the channel section on Shane TV East Watch, you would see the Dizzy Cochran show, and that's in tribute to that fucking dipshit. Like I'll never address Israel Doctrine ever. There's nothing to address, nigga. Like you're a YouTube opportunist, you fucking stupid, and you'll fucking say and do anything on YouTube for attention. Like you ran around acting like you was looking for a missing boy, had people believing that you were. Nigga, you only doing that shit because you know beefing with Hassan Campbell will get attention to your page. And if that's what your goal is, yo, congratulations, nigga. It's just as far as I'm concerned, I don't do shit like that and you whack as fuck. A nigga been on YouTube for 30 years. Look how many videos this nigga probably put out like 1,000 videos or more. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at that content. What are you doing, dog? You're not helping no situation. You don't expose people for real because when he gets information to expose people, he tries to slow roll it. You know what I'm saying? Like give you bits and pieces, trying to create like just stupid, man. We know what you doing, dog. We know you trying to create content and build up that page. Just if you got something to say and expose somebody, yo, just put it out there. Boom, it's that and it's out there. Cause if you really mean that shit like you act like you do, you would just put that shit out there and let it be out there. But you don't mean none of that shit. Cause you a fuck nigga and you a YouTube opportunist, like the rest of these niggas. You don't get around Sarnetta to act like you trying to, no, nigga, yo, you a weirdo, G. You know what I'm saying? Next on the list, on the YouTube fuck list, is Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell is a person who I kind of understand some of the wild shit he says when you actually listen to him explain it. It do kind of make sense. Like I was just saying, what if or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm starting to say, man, when you say that shit too much, every time I turn around, you got this crazy ass what if scenario that involves you doing some wild shit to somebody's child, or like at the end of the day, man, enough is enough with that shit, man. And then at the end of the day, enough is enough with this whole molestation shit, man. You got molested when you was a kid, carrying on a relationship with a man for a decade or more, saying that you was experiencing because of you like the lifestyle and all that. As far as I'm concerned, that's called whoring yourself out for a lifestyle. Video vixens do it. Uh, like people do it all the time, nigga. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't consider you no goddamn molestation victim anymore. I think you were molested when you were a kid. And I think that that is a fucked up situation. And I think that Africa Bambaataa needs to be hung upside down and have his fucking balls cut off. But I don't think that doing something and carrying on a relationship with a person well after you've matured into an adult, I don't think that when you get asked a question and people ask you, yo, why is you still holler? Why is you still around Africa Bambaataa and still going places with him? And why was you still around him and doing this, that, and the third? And you say shit like, yo, it was the lifestyle. You know, I was a kid from the hood, and you're losing me, bitch. You was a homosexual and or bisexual kid from the hood who got touched, and then you liked that shit, or you felt that it was cool enough to do that it would get you what you wanted. So get the fuck out of here, dog. Right now, dog, it's porn stars out here who have sex with women on camera for money. All right? Some of them porn stars have sex with fucking faggots on camera for money because they don't care. They're just in it for the money. They fuck for money. Some porn stars are women who have sex with men on camera for money. Then there's women who have sex with other women on camera for money. They don't give a fuck. They're whoring themselves out for the money. But for them to whore themselves out for the money, they gotta fucking be at least engaged in the act. So that's why I said, man, I don't want to hear no more about no molestation when it comes to him, yo. I don't want to hear that shit because, nigga, if that was the case, it would have been a start point and a stop point, and that stop point wouldn't have been when you were a grown ass man when he cut you off, and then all of a sudden we hear you come out of the woodworks talking about, yeah, Bambaataa molested me too, and then I got a YouTube page now. Oh, they trying to kill me. Y'all donate money to them to help me to donate money to me so they won't kill me. What? Fuck you talking about? So these niggas, so you're not gonna call a private security company with the money. You're not gonna go like you just gonna run around from hotel to hotel. This is what he was doing. But then you come on camera and yo, I'm a family man. Well, where was your family when you was running from hotel? You had your family, your girl and all your kids going from hotel to hotel and shit. Like that shit don't make sense to me, dog. It just, yo, I don't think you was molested for the simple fact that you admitted that you continued to carry on a relationship with him basically until your elder years. And when you got confronted about that, you said the lifestyle, that like the lifestyle of meeting celebrities, being with a celebrity, meeting other celebrities, fancy hotels, shit like that. That's why you did this shit. You did the shit as in kept being around this nigga. So like I said, at the moment that you decided to keep coming around that dude for the lifestyle, that ended that the molestation ended at that very day, that point, that hour. That in that current in that particular dispensation of time, molestation ended right there. Just like that. Yeah, I don't know what elders I was disrespecting. So you would have to let me know about that. And if I disrespected an elder, then you know what I mean. Oh, y'all, I wanted to know who it was. What elder I disrespected. Is that nigga True Freeman for real? The nigga who shot himself on camera? The nigga who was up there crying on camera? Another weirdo and junkie, clinically ill on YouTube. Oh, they're trolls. Oh, that nigga, he's still clinically ill. We could talk about him. True Freeman, you go from being a fucking in court guru guy, You know what I'm saying? Going to court for your dogs, and they're trying to take your dogs in the municipality of the this and that, and the UCC, and all that shit you talked for all the many years, and then you ended up a fucking whore on Tommy Sotomayor crying like a bitch. Like just weirdos and junkies and the clinically ill. Man, there's not a goddamn thing on this planet, yo, that could get me to cry on YouTube about just some bullshit talking with another goddamn YouTuber. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. Who's next on the list? Michael Edwards, the thumbnail. What do we say about Sonetta's Bishop? The one Sonetta said he moves that motherfucker around. I ain't never gonna stop playing that. I move that motherfucker around. Michael Edwards, man. When you first started, man, you had a spark, man. Now you just garbage, man. Mike, man, you could have been somebody, man. You could have been a contender. You know, you could have been a contender. Now look at you, man. You ain't no fucking contender, man. You a fucking pretender, man. You pretend like you hate me when you was just coming to my page, liking me and the whole nine, telling people to subscribe before Sonetta told you to get at me. You was pretending like you hate Hassan Campbell when you was just cool with Hassan. The only person you ever really hated and kept hating was Kev Wardo, Gillespie, for those who don't know. That's the only person. Everybody else, dog, is a pretend beef, man. You don't hate nobody, man. Khalil Amani. Right now, if Sonetta tell you to do a video and saying how much you love Khalil Amani, you'll do it, dog. You know you will. And you know you will, man. That's a shame, G. That's why I left that video up, yo, of your bald-headed ass wife. This is air out night, man. That's why I left that video up, man. Cause you're gonna grow some balls, man. You're gonna grow some balls and you're gonna tell Sonetta to fuck off. And the moment you do that, that shit going down. Who's next, y'all? Who's next on the list to get aired out? Umar fucking Johnson. Dwayne Shoemaker. What is this nigga's name? He's turning into polite on this show. What is your fucking name? I guess the Douglas family never heard of old Uncle Todd. Could you imagine being a family member of the Douglas, one of the Douglas family members, and seeing this nigga video talking about, and then old Uncle Todd was married to Aunt Jan, and then Aunt Jan. These niggas is probably like, who the fuck is Uncle Todd? What about y'all, Uncle Todd, man? Who is Uncle Todd, Umar? And then when you get caught up by these whiteys and they expose you for not having all them degrees, you come out with some bullshit online goddamn Phoenix College degree and pull that shit out there like that's gonna cover and explain the fact that you said you had 6 degrees in all. And we ain't seen those 6 degrees. Just filthy, man. Just pathetic, G. You ain't have to say none of that shit, Umar. Who's next? If it isn't Mr. SOS himself. Yes. The nigga with all the bumps on his forehead. The nigga with the yoga instructor guru girlfriends. Anytime you see any black man in this community talking about he a teacher and his wife or girlfriend is a yoga instructor guru, you better fucking run. You better fucking run. Big little dude. What are we gonna say about this nigga? Young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh had people were trying to put hope behind Young Pharaoh and into Young Pharaoh. What we didn't know is that Young Pharaoh was counting on that hope, and he manifested that hope into nothing but dope. That's all you got. You got a high. You got somebody who accuses people of not doing shit that he doesn't do. You got a nigga who's talking about he got his status corrected, but still on parole and can't move around unless he called them people and asked. Yo, I mean, it's just crazy, G. It's just crazy. This nigga put up a website with a logo he stole and didn't even have enough creativity to create his own catchphrase. This nigga puts up a black woman is God store. Didn't even have enough fucking common sense to type up, to go in a search engine to see if one existed. Bitch, it's already a black woman is God store. Like, what else are you gonna steal? Everything you do is stolen. This little nigga was at Nature Boy house getting fucked up, man, in more ways than one, man. How come you ain't tell the world that you was staying at Nature Boy house doing God knows what in there to pay the rent? Nature Boy, speaking of Nature Boy, how you so in tune with yourself and enlightened and in tune with everything, but you gonna kick somebody out of the house for eating a waffle instead of going to the source? Who put the waffle there in the first place? That's what I want to know. Who put the waffle there in the first place? How did that waffle get there for her to even be tempted by the waffle? This is glorious, yo. This nigga, yo, said that he gonna be naked as fuck in front of your child. Tell me how that's gonna move us forward in consciousness, yo. You got groups of people, man, who gotta be told that it's not that swirling is bad. It's that, yo, it's unproductive for your people as a people right now. And for you to engage in it is openly engaging in a detriment to your people, in a open destruction. Once this systemic racism and shit, all that shit goes down the ends, you can do what you want to do. Until then, it's counterproductive and it sends a horrible message. I'm just saying. But you got people like this nigga who don't think about messages that he sends. And he wants to be naked as fuck in front of your babies. Like, who says these types of things, man? Who does this shit, man? Who does this shit? Only weirdos and junkies, man. They're clinically insane. That's it. Who else is out here that needs to be aired out tonight? We already established that Hassan Campbell was molested when he was a child but something else took place when he grew up that we ain't calling molestation no more. We already figured out that young Pharaoh is a lying ass scam artist who needs to come out and explain to us why the fucking SOS logo and phrase was already up and running and attached to an organization before you stole it and made jewelry out of it. We need to address these fake ass Moors. Well, not really. One in particular. One who talks all types of shit about who is the number one black woman is God cheerleader, who is a walking male matriarch. Yeah, Pharaoh probably was trying to get into the gay porn business. That's why they was together. Nature Boy was gay porn turning him out. But we got a dusty little dirty individual who calls himself a Moor, but he's more like a fucking Baptist. This nigga is a fucking Baptist a little Baptist nigga Christian running around acting like he's he's mad and upset with people who talking about the Moors. This same individual will run around and tell you how evil the Masons are when all Moors openly would tell you that they created Masonry, that the Moors founded Masonry. Did you see the lunacy, weirdos, junkies, and the clinically insane? I'm surrounded by them. It's like I'm in a Twilight Zone spinning. We're surrounded by them, guys. I got somebody who also needs to be called out tonight. Y'all want to hear me air somebody else out tonight that y'all might not even know this person? Well, y'all know this person a little bit. With Tariq Nasheed, I don't really fuck with Tariq like that. I don't watch his shit. I don't do nothing. So for me to really go in on him, it'd be me just going in on him just to go in on him. Like, I don't really fuck with Tariq. Y'all know how I felt about Tariq with that petty shit. While we talking about him, we need to air out Cynthia G, another former bed wench turned activist. Yeah, Tariq is boring. Like, I don't, his shows don't entertain me, man. His shows don't entertain me at all, man. Like, I'm being completely honest. But y'all gotta watch out for them dusty little Moors, man. That dusty little Moor named Root. He'll infect your ears with all types of bullshit. Somebody want me to air out Shaka. Shaka, all right, man. He just need to come out the closet, man. Stop pretending to be a man. We all know Shaka. Niggas got gay cousins and shit, nigga. Like, we know, nigga. We know, man. The fuck? But who this person right quick that I'ma air out real quick is attached to Lex Vortex. Now, Lex Vortex, I didn't know Lex Vortex again. Lex Vortex was just a YouTube name that you hear. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you guys before, you hear people's platforms, but you don't really know these people or listen to their content. And Lex Vortex was one of those people. You know what I mean? But all the information I got on Lex, I got on you, Lex. It was never good, man. That's why I never really formed a relationship with you as far as platforms because, you know, It just everything I heard was awful. And then when I found out about you scamming somebody and taking somebody's credit card and shit after she put you out, when she was ready to hook you up and put you on your feet and shit, which is stupid of you, that's just a nigga that's destined to fail. But Lex, you could do your thing. As far as Lex goes, though, I'm gonna be completely honest, nigga. His bang videos be hilarious, but it's air out night, man, and you get aired out too, man. How you get caught stealing people's purses and shit, man, at your age on YouTube? That shit's crazy, B. But the person that's attached to Lex, I feel like airing this person out too. I don't know how to say the name. I'm gonna just say I knew something cat hat. If you go to one of my videos, it's this portly woman, you know what I'm saying, with a goddamn headdress on. Nah, not Uncle Cole. It's a female. Her name is Anunu Cat or Het or some shit like that, man. This nigga, she's a current, not a former, but she's a current of Roosevelt's. You know what I'm saying? She's one of Roosevelt's currents, and she's one of them that Roosevelt just takes and manipulates, sends to do whatever, sends her out. And it's a couple of days ago. It was one of them joints I put up. I can't even fucking remember the name of the shit, man. But Roosevelt put a sent her over, and the reason why I'm airing her out is because, yo, I don't really do that shit when it comes to females like that, because I don't like when females play those bullshit games like they being victimized or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with me like that, yo, because I don't victimize chicks. So, like, for you to even act like that, that's what's going on, nigga. You stupid. So that's what she was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Sending a little comments to the video. And I'm airing her out because I don't know you and I don't care to know you. I don't give a fuck who you came with. I don't give a fuck that your face is on my thumbnail. I'm not taking it down because I didn't even put it up for you. But since you wanted to make a big fucking deal about it, all right? Since you want to make a big fucking deal about it, it's never coming down. How about that? And if your little portly ass keep making comments that I don't like in my fucking comment section, you could get a video too. Now, somebody requested red pill, blue pill. Red pill, blue pill. Red pill, blue pill. We had so much faith in you niggas, man. Like red pill and blue pill was like the real niggas around and amongst a bunch of phony niggas. But we didn't realize how phony that red pill and blue pill really was. Now that we see how phony you guys are, you get your air out too. Instead of fucking selling niggas templates of shirts like Michael Edwards told on y'all and told everybody, why don't you actually sell a real fucking shirt? Like, why do everything have to be fuck shit and frauds, man? Weirdos and junkies, man. Weirdos and junkies, man. Garfield ain't only a fake Jamaican. He's a fake a lot of shit. Mfundishi, Mr. Meduneta. When did Mfundishi get all this time to be this master Meduneta person when he was running around locking niggas up with the NYPD? Mfundishi, were you hosing niggas too? Was you beating niggas up too? Or you was the only cop in New York who never arrested niggas? Weirdos and junkies. How the fuck you decipher the medu nana? How do you decipher dead languages? Where do you get the life to? Where does this come from without a witness with personal firsthand knowledge to say that, yes, you are actually doing it the way we did it correctly? How do you do that? I'm talking about factually. I mean, factually. How do you do that? How do you do that? Professor Larry. Professor is Larry is a person, much like a lot of other of those dudes, who feels that the books that he's read means that he's intelligent. He feels that the books that he's read are factual information 100% to the T. That's why he talks the way he talks. That's why he talks like it's a matter of fact thing, like he was standing there. He wasn't standing anywhere. He read that shit in the book. That's how that shit works. He's all right, dude. It's just the arrogance, that type of arrogance that you get from Sarnetta's whole platform and page when you deal with those type of dudes. That's what it is, yo. It's jailhouse knowledge. It's he's like what you call it, Taharka Bey to me, a penitentiary Muslim. That's what Taharka Bey is. Taharka Bey is a penitentiary Muslim. Penitentiary Muslim. You could see it all in his face. You could hear it in his voice. You could hear it in the way he talks, his scholarship, everything. You're a penitentiary Muslim. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it per se. I'm just saying that's what you are. Most of you niggas get your hands on books and you read those books as though they're 100% factual, especially because you read them. Pharaoh said that. Ain't that the old nigga? Yeah, Cole. Yeah, let me get on him. This old piece of fucking shriveled up, hairy shit came out and said that in his time when he was young, because he was getting dragged in the chat. So what he did was said that, well, y'all the one who got to worry about the police killing you and doing all this shit to you. This is his exact words, yo. You got to worry about the police killing you and doing shit to you. We ain't have to worry about that in my day. No damn police killing us. And I was like, wait a minute, nigga. You came up in the time with Huey and them niggas. So you mean to tell me that the Black Panthers formed was lying, that that saying that it was police brutality and they needed to arm themselves in their communities and this, that, and the third? You mean to tell me they was making all that shit up? Because for your statement to be true, nigga, that the police wasn't in fact doing all these things, then why was there civil rights movements and shit? Why was the Black Panthers formed? Why was all this shit going on, nigga, with brothers and sisters coming together trying to defend themselves and get equal rights and shit? Why was that shit going on? Pharaoh said that. Tell me that. Why was that shit going on? It wasn't nobody getting beat up in your time by the police. That's just some new phenomenon. Fucking stupid ass old man, yo. Yo, Zaza Ali and Professor Griff. Zaza Ali and Professor Griff, especially Griff, are people. This is what happens when you in the community so long and you still pilfering that same message, and then it starts to get watered down. That's where those two are. But the difference is that Zaza Ali is actually trying to branch out, as far as my opinion, on a new horizon, where Griff is still stuck in that. You know what I'm saying? You following me? Are you following me? You see the Rosicrucians and the Mason and the Rosicrucians came with the Catholic Church. And the Catholic, like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Nobody cares, man. It's just a bunch of people doing bullshit. I don't know who those people are, D Prince. I don't want to talk about drug addicts. Because I would have to give King Kush and Kev Gills their own show. If we talking about just drug addicts, fucking stupid ass swagger jacking ass niggas. Who else, man? Who else gets aired out tonight, yo? Somebody else gotta get aired out tonight, yo. Before we cut this stream off. We've been going for an hour and 25. No original ideas at all, man. No original ideas at all, man. I don't like self-conscious ass pussy ass niggas like Kev. You know what I'm saying? Like he could say shit about me. I don't give a fuck because he knows he don't know shit and he's a coward and he knows how I know who he really is. So that's our inner knowing that we always will have. You know what I'm saying? But that nigga's pathetic, yo. Like I don't do like that nigga's just really stupid. And then Kev is the type of nigga he'll flag your fucking page. You know what I'm saying? Because he's so subconscious, he can't handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was talking about how he don't never stream outside, a day later he's streaming outside. You know what I'm saying? Like I would never do that shit. He could say whatever the fuck he want to say, nigga. I don't give a fuck about what your bitch ass say. You don't affect my life, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I affect Kev's life, man. We run his life, man. Kev misses us. If y'all want to know the real about Kev Gills, the real about Kev Gills is the people like myself and other people in the background who I get ideas from a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who built Kev's page. Like, yo, niggas used to, it was certain people who literally laid out a whole show, you know what I'm saying, for this nigga. Who literally laid out a whole show for this nigga, yo. That's how his shows were done. They had to be laid out for him. They couldn't run no other way because you couldn't rely on him. Look at the shit he does. Look at the shit that he does. Kanika Jenkins videos, like shit like he does Tommy Sotomayor dick pics. That's him. That's the real him. That's the real him. Swinging on Pharaoh's balls after you was talking cash shit about him. That's him. That's the real him. That's what all these niggas do, man. They're weirdos and junkies, man. Clinically insane, man. Shame TV East Watch, yo. I'm glad y'all joined me tonight, man. I had mega fucking fun. I had mega fucking fun, man. It's always cool, man, when I hang out with good people, man. Somebody asked me about Prince York today, Cole, about him being guilty or not, or whatever. And I'm like, man, if he was fucking little kids, which I'm sure he was, and having children all inside of orgies and shit, like, no, nigga, you deserve to be in a cage, in a human cage for that. Now, do you deserve to be in a human cage for the rest of your life for that? Nah, you don't. You know what I'm saying? That's not true. So everybody prepare yourself for the award show editing process. Nobody showed up. The little bit that I saw of it, it was no one there. You could literally hear a pin drop. The echo with the mic was so loud because no one was there. And I couldn't even watch it for investigative purposes once I heard them call Baba TV for an award. I said, and Jabari. I said, oh my fucking stars, nigga. Like, yo, I knew this shit was gonna be like this, but I didn't expect it to be exactly like I predicted. God damn, nigga. Like nobody won an award except Phil from the Advice Show, who wasn't a crony of Sonetta's. Shame TV East Watch, and we knew Michael Edwards wasn't getting an award. Damn, Mike. It's hard being a bishop, ain't it? Peace.